I just watched 70 humans traders compete against 30 AI agents for 10 days. And the results were honestly terrifying for anyone who trades for a living. Because everyone thinks that they can beat the bot, and that was the case. But looking at this data, 70% of the humans didn't just lose, half got liquidated. But there were 20 humans who survived. I was one of them, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the AI is traded, why most humans got crushed, and the specific strategy I used to stay in the top 20. And I think there's no better way to do this kind of competition than with real money. So everyone, the 70 humans got $10,000 and the AI got $10,000 each as well. The competition lasted for 14 days and there was some quite normal rule where you can trade only when the competition starts and only when it ends. Now the AI could not use memories and we had different standard LLMs only. You have GPT-5, GPT-4, Gemini 3, DeepSeek, all that list. By the way, I need to talk about this right now. This competition was with perp futures. So that's one of the most dangerous products on the market where you invest with a leverage, which can bring massive gains, but also for most people, massive losses. So you should never do that unless you are a professional and you get specific training on it. Plus, the competition is quite generous because there is $200,000 reward pool. So it's not 100 humans, but 70 humans. If the humans wins against AI, they earn $50,000 more that they're going to split between the winners. And then the top human P&L get 100K. Pretty cool. But we know already that the humans lost against the AI. So how did I trade it? Well, I started off with a pretty good trade. I started to long hype from $28.5 to $28.62. And that was a little bit of profit because I saw that. And then when you go on Aster, automatically they put you like on pretty high leverage. I could go up to 200x, which is crazy. That's for sure a good way to lose your money. I will explain why, because it's just too dangerous. And I was like, I started to feel confident. I'm pretty good at this. So I started to long Bitcoin at 92.3 and boom, right away, I lose 2K. Luckily, I had a stop loss. So at 89 and same on stable. Because if we check my beginning, minus $6, minus 2K, minus $200, minus 729. So I was now with a portfolio around 7K. And then honestly, I thought like, why should I care? So many people were already liquidated. This guy liquidated. Like when their balance is below 1K, I consider it as liquidated. Even Cooker, who is known as a good trader normally, boom, liquidated. So I had two choices. Either I continue doing this dumb thing where I keep losing, or I take a break and learn properly. And that's what I did. I waited the 16, the 17 to change my strategy because I didn't want it to lose completely. I was like, okay, let's go back to the handsome finance roots. I have experience. I transform a portfolio from 1K to 100K with perps, low volume on hyperliquid. I did a full video about it. You will have the link in the description. I was like, I'm going to start doing smart things again. So the first thing I did is to check what were the good trades that I did before. And it's basically shorting all the bad coins. Second thing I did is contact the guy who was at the top. So this guy was up 30K and by the end he was up 50K. So I say like, what a trade, congratulations. I was wondering how to find those trades. And he said, I believe altcoins are worthless on this bear market. Weakness BTC or ETH and on-chain analysis. I asked him about a bit of information. So I was like, oh, wait, which data made you short and everything? Because I want to learn. Like, I'm going to put my position like I'm the dumbest guy. I don't care. A combination of factor tokenomics, inflationary structure driven by continuous insurance, and the initial phase of relative weakness. This is good stuff. That gave me bread to learn. Because once I saw how he was trading, that changed everything. Because I had a problem. At the beginning, I can't see like anyone's trade. Like when I click on them, it just direct me to their page. But then I found this website that had some kind of partnership or whatever. I don't care about what they do. But when I click on it, I can see all the trades of that person. I was like, that's beautiful. I could see their position. I could see what they were doing, how they were doing it. And that's how I saw that TP was doing well. And I could see all his position. So he was short on ENA, short on Sol. He was shorting basically the whole market. Now, at this time of the capture, the PNL is negative. But remember, the account value here, plus 27K. And I started to study everyone. Most of the traders were actually just longing or shorting one asset. This guy, for example, just longing Bitcoin. And he was already at that time at plus 14K. So that opened my eyes because I needed guidance. I needed to know like how they trade and what they do. So for me, it was really interesting because someone who has 10K and managed to transform it into 40K plus, I was like, they know something I don't. And I could study all his trades, see like what he's doing with Ethereum. ENA, he was shorting it. That's why like you see the buys here, profit, 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 profit. He was basically shorting the whole market and everything that pumped, everything that he saw like that was not good. One of his biggest trade was on ENA. But unfortunately, he lost most of his profit and ended up at 12.8K. I was like, wow, what do we have then? This human was really good and started to be bad. And I know another human that did that because I was winning. Look at that. Plus 1.4, plus 230, plus 2.2. I had a little bit on minus, plus 3K, plus 500. Those were a fantastic week. Like in 1 week, I probably made some people monthly salary and Saturday. And then here, I feel good. I feel like I'm the best. And what did I do? The number one mistake. I was looking for a trade. And that's something I always tell people, don't do that. Never look for a trade. Let them come to you. And I'm going to show you the best trade I did and why. And this could have saved me. This thing, this green book. I didn't listen to it. And then what do we have? Minus 1K, minus 1.5, minus 500. Like 3 days in a row of losing when actually we could have just stopped here. I mean, I was in the top 14. Why did I need it to do more? I'm going to tell you. But I explained my trades. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm going to find the assets down Aster that I think are overvalued. Like there's not that many markets that I can trade on it. So it's like, okay, let's find everything that I can trade against. First, it was Rave. I was like, what is this coin? I don't even know. And then they managed to climb it and pump it here to 80 million and then went back down. So my short on this one did not work out. Work out a little bit, 1 or 2, but it's not where I made most. Where I made most is on Jelly Jelly. Because it's like, who used this coin? Who ever think of using this coin? And still, they climbed it. A coin with 33,000 holders, most of it is on exchange, like 30% on Gate. I can see none of the KOL influencers holding it. I was like, I'm going to short this. I make a whole video about it, like who is holding in, no one is interacting with their tweet. This is Cabal, like this is VC Cabal. They were pushed by the Solana Foundation or the Solana Twitter. You don't really know why. They probably have friends or whatsoever. And then they did it. They pushed the price plus 50% in 1 day. But the thing is, artificial never stays up. So we went here and then crashed the next day. and then crash, 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 crash. So I shorted this and I made really good money on that. And then I tried to force myself. And when you use a platform that is quite linked to Binance, like, there's going to be crime everywhere. But there's two things that helped me. So this one that I talked about that helped me to recover. And the second one was to study AI, because this AI annoyed me. They made 8.1K. Claude Sonnet 4.5 aggressive. That's where it's interesting. It's all the AI, how they did it. Like this one plus 8K, Claude Sonnet. This one, Sonnet 4 plus 2.5. This one plus 2K. Then we get a Kimi, get a little bit. And after that, they mostly lost. So only 30% of the 100 participants made some money. Crazy. So dissect lost. They all lost those AI, but they didn't lose much. They didn't get liquidated. And that's interesting for two reasons for me. Because first, like, if you not get liquidated, you can always improve and maybe turn in profit. But also some model can put you in profit. And remember, the rules were like those models do not use any memory, do not use any custom settings or whatsoever, just simple straight up. Like you and me could use it. I was like, this AI is making money. Most of the AI are not losing. And then I realized what? When us humans, we go with leverage at 30x, 50x, 100x for some, the AI is never passing 10x on the aggressive ones. The other one was doing 3x or 5x leverage. So that taught me to drastically reduce my leverage size and to never go above 5. Because yes, it's boring. Yes, you don't show a P&L of plus 200K, but you don't also show a P&L of losing $1 million by getting liquidated. And investment reward, one thing is to stay long in the game. So until I become the best of the world, I was like, I'm going to reduce my leverage. And then also, if I know that this AI can help me with this, then I can use the AI to farm airdrops. And like that, I would get a higher volume. AI does the work, and I don't need to care. So that's where this comes in, because you need to always journal your trades, journal your learnings. As soon as you see something different, you're like, okay, I took notes. And then the problem is, even I wrote down that I'm trying to force a trade, I still went into it. And that's really stupid of myself. Now, it was a thing my friend says as well, because I wanted to go in the top 10. A friend was telling me at the time, like, hey, you're doing good already. Don't try to force any trades. Don't try to force. So it's like everything was telling me that, but still, I wanted to do it. And that cost me. Now, when I check the winner, because it's always at the end that we pay the musician at the party. That's what my friend was telling me. You don't know what's going to happen. Wait till the end. Well, this guy, plus 23.6K, so plus 13K, he ended up being the number one. If I didn't do anything, I will be still in the top 15, 16, which is pretty good. And when we check his trades, he was doing really high leverage. How do I know? Because you see the gap of position here, 88,208 and 87,31. So that's pretty high leverage, probably. Like just a move of less than $1,000 on Bitcoin gave him about 4K. And interestingly, he only traded Bitcoin. Only that one. And Ethereum, actually. At the beginning, Ethereum, and then only Bitcoin. And it seems that he was quite consistent with it. Of course, a bit of red days. I would be interested to see what would be like on 6 months. But for sure, like how to adapt my strategy now is, well, first, I earn a bit of money. So we have the minus, but that's because they removed it. So now I'm going to keep how much I made. So it's going to be 1.6K plus the 50K that we're going to share between all the winners, or at least people who made profit. And that's good. We are not that many. So maybe I'm going to have like 3K, 4K, which is not bad for 2 weeks of trading. I should have stayed on my 5K win. It's okay. We live and we learn. Now the question is, should I make you guys win this, or should I use it and make Claude trade for me and then do a video about it and explain you how I did it to use Claude to trade? And I could use that capital. We put it back on the table. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see how I transform 1K into 100K in just few months, you have the video right here. Everyone could have done it. I documented it, everything. And don't forget one thing though before you leave. Even like, yes, you need to journal. Also, stay handsome. Ciao.